Okay, and here we are.
The
Interesting
final
word.
speaker.
We're unlocking here at the end of the program. Let's unlock with unlock protocol and unlock opportunities. And here's from the very lovely Stella Achenbach, who is the lead DAO steward at Unlock. Does many things, wears many hats, including I didn't realize was a very talented designer. but I'm fascinated by it and really have enjoyed getting to know Stella.
Hi, Kara. I see you. You're
I see you, I hear you, but not always.
You can hear me loud and clear, though, right?
Perfectly.
Good, Xenia. Xenia, nice to meet you. I think
Likewise,
we've spoken before once on a DAO call, right? But like so far, our interactions have been limited. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for this really kind introduction, Kara. I'm super happy to be here. Super happy to obviously talk beyond Unlock. I think Unlock is a very important element of what I do, as it also enables other stuff that I'm actually interested in as a creator. This is how I actually came across Unlock Protocol, and of course for my own community, the Alana project. But yeah, mainly in my role here as lead steward for Unlock DAO today to hopefully help more creators and more builders to find a really good open source alternative to what's already out there when it comes to access and distribution. Yeah.
Okay. Well, take it away, Stella. If you can hear me, the stage and platform is yours.
We're doing very well, and we are disappearing magically from the stage. The floor is yours, and yeah, I feel it's very powerful because unlock protocol is like we're really unlocking something. I mean, Cara, we're all the time using this word even, so it's like kind of unlocking the last speaker like yourself, and then telling about Unlock DAO. We're very looking forward. So the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Yes, so Unlock DAO is the governing DAO or community of developers and creators and organizations dedicated to decentralized access and distribution. What does that mean, right? So Unlock Protocol is essentially an open source protocol that offers to everyone who wants to a free and not gated access to creating their own smart contracts, specifically. So you can use it for everything, but specifically for events, for subscriptions, for memberships, and for certification on chain. So that by itself is already very powerful. What I personally as a creator think, not even in my role as a lead steward now, is that the process of doing these things, it's very guided and very intuitive. So it doesn't require you to be a developer to use these tools that we have. And this just makes it kind of like really sexy. Anyways, Unlock DAO, like I said, is a community that is centered around the protocol. And we've been recently become very active after, I want to say, a longer time of maybe kind of inactivity, or at least I wasn't too aware of strong activity. So now as we're like kind of awakening from our slumber, it's also time to get working on some cool stuff again. So quickly, like Cara already said, my background is actually in design. So first of all, I'm a creator, studied fashion design a long time ago, worked in the fashion industry, and then started to dedicate my life to the more digital ways of design. So everything built in 3D essentially, and eventually came to the conclusion, maybe I'm more of a metaverse designer. I just like creating worlds in 3D, right? That's something I find personally very exciting. Probably comes from me having played games since 1996. I know, but here we are. I'm also the founder of the Alana project, which is an educational project that helps guide people into Web3 who are open for it, who want to learn more on how these tools can empower them. And this is also on the road that I discovered Unlock Protocol for my own projects and became very excited about it. So this is a little bit about me as a person. going back to Unlock DAO, so what we do is we essentially act in full service of the protocol, right? So we want to do everything to help guide individuals and groups to become more empowered by utilizing these tools over Web2 tools, obviously. We provide education grants, collective governance, obviously enhanced tools, or like essentially custom help if you need it. It's just a matter of asking, really. We are not yet super structured, super organized, so bear with us if we're not super fast, but we're definitely working towards that goal. So we have a bunch of different open opportunities. So we do have bounties on the GitHub. I will explain a little bit further in the next slide. So we have bounties. We have that we reward contributors for essentially joining active working groups. We are right now in the process of giving essentially voting people into ecosystem roles, or also the DAO Council. We do have now flywheel rewards, which means if you're utilizing Unlock Protocol for paid ticketing, for any kind of paid smart contract, you can actually earn the governance token on top of it. And we do have grants up on request. So that's a little bit more of a complex process, but I'm going to share a little bit about it on the next slide. So these are kind of like the main three things that I want to talk about, even though we have more opportunities. So bounties is essentially, if you're a developer or someone who wants to get more into developing, then you go onto the GitHub, right? So I put this I hope it's scannable. I tried it yesterday. It seemed scannable. If not, just ping me about it. But essentially, you go to the GitHub, you pick a bounty that you think is in your scope, or maybe 2 or 3. You enter the Discord, you talk to our developers or the team essentially. You can discuss with them how to get started on this, and eventually they will assign you the bounty, and then you just go to work. So it's kind of a straightforward process. Then there is DAO contributions. Join the Discord. We have a Charmworth space. We have weekly DAO calls. Essentially, just ask people like myself who are already very involved what we do, like not what we're doing, but like something that you feel passionate about and you kind of want to contribute. And I will make sure to point you in the right direction. But there is a lot of cool stuff that we're working on right now. I was actually on a meeting right before coming here where we have an alignment workshop to formulate, the collective goals of the DAO and like the roadmap and all of these things. So it is a quite exciting moment, I think, to join us. And then there's grants, C3 being one of the receivers of these grants, where it's essentially we have a documentation on the process. I do believe, though, it needs updating because we're undergoing, like I told you, like we're undergoing some changes right now. So please feel free to ask about that process. This is also how Kara, Xenia, and I have been conversing about these things. And essentially, it's all about designing a grant proposal. Like, what do you want? How does it benefit the DAO, right? And eventually listening to requests that DAO community members will make up on seeing your proposal. It's very beneficial if you do what Xenia and Kara did. They actually came to a weekly DAO call, and I also think to a town hall, and talked about what they want to do and how it would benefit the DAO. There's just much more of a guarantee that people will vote in your favor if they understand better and if they see that you're taking the effort to come than if you're not coming. So there's that. And then there's Unlock DAO development. So like I told you guys, we're still kind of a young DAO, even though the DAO has been around essentially since day one, that we're becoming more organized and everything. That's a more recent development. We have 2 defined working groups right now. So one is about resources and finance. The other one is about essentially marketing and communication, more on the alignment side right now. We have 5 of 9 DAO council roles essentially positioned in the last 6 months. So we're moving. We do have now a collaborative Charmworth space that was in existence a few months ago. We do have weekly DAO calls that started in January this year. And we are definitely open for new ideas. So even on the previous call that I mentioned, we were talking about community activities essentially, and how it would be fun that every week someone else kind of organizes that community activity to get to know each other on a more personal level. There were some really nice ideas in the room. So yeah, our next big goal is making the DAO self-sustainable. If you want to be part of that process, then please DM me, join the Unlock Discord, and hopefully see you guys soon.
Awesome. Wow, Stella, wasn't that a beautiful presentation? I love the hearts at the end. I didn't even know you could do that. Sunny is actually the camera wizard here. But, well, thank you again, because I think there's a lot of cool ways that people can engage with Unlock, including how open your DAO is. Just literally being able to come into your Discord, coming onto a town hall call. They have their calls once a week. The DAO calls on Tuesdays, the town halls on Wednesdays. I drop in from here and there.
Here and there. I'm like, with Cara, we are so synced that like I know what she wants to say, so I'm kind of just transitioning
Thank you, Rania.
of course.
Nice little Wi-Fi.
I love that you did this. It's like those little hearts. I also love those hearts, and I think like Unlock as we think, when we choose the new tools and the new mechanisms or ecosystems. Language is very important, So me and Cara, we believe in activating language, and when you say unlock and push, and like all those activating phrases were really, really around us, and it was really inspiring. And I know that we are having a lot in the pipeline together as well. And the insights that you gave, they were really, really useful for the people to understand, how to get out there and be there. It's not just enough to write a grant, but you need to just really feel it. Unless you feel your project, unless you feel your intention, like you are not going to be driven towards joining and talking. And I know that some people do have a fear of talking. So there are especially developers that are more like thinking in themselves, but then always find collaboration, always find the community that can support you and bring you up, or find another co-founder or a partner who can bridge you towards this communication. So I think that's like your DAO is very open, and you're always open to listen, and that's very important. And it's just about having the right setup. If you can't communicate properly, or you cannot just like choose the words, and it's just sometimes people black out, find a person who can just support you. And I know that you guys will be understanding on this matter, because it's all about skills and it's all about teams, the people
exactly,
and what they're trying to bring to you.
Yeah, I think you're right about this. I think it's important to listen. It's also important to be empathetic towards people. So I know that this space is very English language driven, right? But the world consists of more languages. So I really enjoy seeing more people from the Latino America side of things joining these discussions, right? And kind of like overcoming their fears of maybe not speaking well enough English. Because who gives a, right? Because it's really about like being open enough to understand someone else, even though they might not speak perfect English, right? And this is what this is all about, and having this type of tolerance. And I think seeing people from more parts of the world join Web3 that are not native English speaking is a very good sign. So this is something we've also observed in Unlock, and welcoming it like just open-heartedly, right? It's very important that this is not an exclusive thing, an exclusive club of sorts, but becomes a more widespread movement. And open source is definitely a huge driver towards fulfilling those goals. So This is also why I joined Unlock, by the way. So yeah, nice. Hi, Silver Monkey.
So cool, it's so great to receive the comments. And like I see that a lot of speakers today had also their supporters, and it's so heartwarming to see that people are just coming to listen, to support and share. We have like a lot of things happening on LinkedIn. A lot of people are still here, and it's just really like fascinating that we are coming to the end of the event and the discussion. And I feel that we've been gathering so many valuable insights and valuable points on, what can be the actions that we can take further. And of course, from September, we start a different type of activity with working groups and, having the collaborations across the industry, networking and DEI. But already this event, we can feel the power of the shift, because something had to be shifted. And we always say talk is cheap, even though we love talking, but talk is cheap. What are your actions? And today I feel that we showed the actions of every company that presented today. Every speaker shared their like true self, and being empathetic. And like, this there are a lot of like movements and conscious communities, and like radical honesty, radical empathy. I don't like the word radical, because I think it's like really we need to like move away from it. But empathy, honesty, being open hearted, like being human and feeling each other. That's so perfect.
I was about to say we might be building trustless systems. That doesn't mean that we're not still humans, and we do need to establish trust in a certain format. I strongly advocate for that because it's a core of like who we are as humans and how we function. And yeah, so anyway, it's great you're putting this together. I enjoy this very much. So
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Is this our closing? I mean, I want to say something, but I get cut off and I'm like half in and half out. So
it is our closing. And I see that actually I've been looking through the comments. I think we've been tackling also most of the comments throughout the event, answering the questions, whether it was specific to, some chain. And yeah, right now, basically all the comments come to bravo, thank you. So this is really, really fantastic. And yeah, we feel super empowered and unlocking the DEI in the space.
yeah.
Inclusion, double X chromosome initiative, and then financial transparency. That's something actionable. And that's why we are gathering everyone together, because in the end, again, Web3 is not about technology. It is about how we treat each other, how we build strategies. And even if you see that something is not fair already in certain structures, certain governances, DAOs, there is still a chance to transition and change. And that's why we are bringing everyone together for this new economy. But it's not about just a buzzword of like releasing your token, listing your token, getting the funding, empowering some projects. Like this is a very, like for me, on the surface flow. We are deep diving a little bit deeper to actually enable the collaboration in the industry. Like, what are we building? Why we are building it? Are our intentions and values actually aligned? And
Right.
like we really believe that when people match based on values, and like of course the physical world as well is actually mostly encouraging this kind of transactional relation. When you go to conference, you're running around, you have 3D webinars as we have today, like sorry guys for that. Next time metaverse, right? Like but it's like sometimes you don't need to hunt for quantity, you need to hunt for quality. And you always need to stand with yourself and with your values at all times, even if you think that some person, project, partner, investor, doesn't matter who is the stakeholder, but you don't just like you don't feel that there is a match on values and intentions, just really step back. And that's, I think, important stuff. And that's why we are trying to bring everyone together and align everyone on these important things so that we really know where we are heading and we are heading there together. Unlocking the DEI opportunities in the space. And Kara, I know you've been really experimenting a lot throughout many years and decades to drive female-led communities, to gather people at your house, open your house to people. But in the end, it's like it's not just about that, right? It's really much deeper, and how we come together and why we come together. And you are just a very bright light over there in Mexico, though.
Thank you. Hello, I'm here. No, but it's very cool that we're all. I guess we had speakers today from. I love thinking about this. From Tanzania, South was Brian. South Africa was Matilda. Clara in Germany. Katarina also in Germany, and then you're Senia in Spain right now. Original from Russia. And Stella's in Peru, I believe.
Yeah.
And you're originally from
Germany.
Germany? Okay.
It's here today. I don't know how you did that.
Wow, this is so
You guys
cool.
are pretty good on the structure things, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. And I flew
And-
from Germany to Spain, so it was like my whole travel. Actually, we're in Germany for a while, so it's like all the European ecosystem is like more connected, but it's like right now we're actually bridging the whole world, and it's so
Yeah.
beautiful to see that.
Yeah, true. I'm on your side with this.
All right, ladies. Well, I think that's it from us. We're here right at the end of our window, and next steps for everybody will be organizing feedback and insights and comments into a playbook distributed to all the presenters today, and continuing these conversations and open dialogues as well, because I know there's so many different insights coming in that could lend itself well to like a listening style event, whether those are X spaces or something in the metaverse. We're ideating more opportunities to bring in insights from community members. And again, we're kind of this facilitator organization or this third party that's really focused on this and hoping to provide a lot of value for the chains, protocols, foundations, for you all to make it a lot easier for you to be able to implement these types of activities on top of everything else you're already doing. So this was a very successful first event. I want to thank everyone that's participated, all the speakers, all the panelists. Senia, thank you for jumping in and really, doing a fantastic job hosting. I knew you co-hosting and stepping in. So grateful for you, and Ola Mide back in the scenes there, coordinating things, and all of you for showing up. So I think that's it from me, and we'll be seeing you in our next events.
Thank you.
Actually, yeah, check out our Unlock events. Those are happening September 3rd and September 5th. We're unlocking action steps. September 3rd is See Her Unlock Value for community leaders. And we're going to be exploring and introducing how we're using Unlock's NFTs for our memberships and how other communities can do the same. And of course, the women-led communities and or anybody, that's kind of our focus. That is our focus. And then September 5th event is See Her Unlock Value for event organizers. Unlock has great tools already built for that type of for running in-person and online events, like we use for this event in addition to LinkedIn. So we'll be introducing and inviting women from the event space to utilize Unlock. So you can check those out on our website, and we'll be reaching out to people for that soon too.
Sounds amazing.
Right?
We'll be there, of course. So
Of course. No
Yeah.
doubt. For sure. We'll keep everyone posted, and we will be also having another event next week, right, Kara? You know, to debrief with the community. So anyone who has been watching today or, you know, watching the recording, so just, yeah, keep an eye out on C3 because we'll be gathering our community as well. So to explain what See Her Coactive is doing as well, because C3 is an ecosystem that's open for, you know, everyone to foster the change and provide the tools and funding. But it's also about See Her Coactive, where we gather female and non-binary community leaders to foster different type of collaborations, like really bring the use cases, valuable use cases. You know, crypto school is upcoming. I will be leading See Her Collab, which is basically the live use cases of, you know, Web3 projects that, you know, we will be co-creating with the marketeers, you know, training marketeers to move away from dark marketing, as we are calling it, darketing, towards partnerships, organic growth, you know, really meaningful campaigns, storytelling, and yeah, some things that matter, and yeah, creating impact together. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.